ABC Sports at Darlington, South Carolina, with the 54th running of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 under its 7th caution after Ken Schrader had a problem going off into turn 3. Schrader involved in an accident earlier in the race, and this was the follow-up problem.
Yeah, you know what I was about to say when we saw that, Alan, right there, watch the car. I think because of the damage earlier, I thought the hood flew up. And that is exactly what happened. The damage with the hood, they probably didn't have the hood down. The hood flew up. And that's a big surprise when you're running a $160 into a corner.
You have no idea that you can turn the steering wheel where the wall is.
Here you see Schrader involved in this wreck. He comes in from behind right there.
And runs into the 10 car.
And you saw Schrader's hood there in that accident stay attached to the car. NASCAR doing something different on the tethering system to keep those hoods in place after this at Daytona during the Pepsi 400.
Got into the grandstands, which was a scary deal. So the tethers worked on the 49 car.
Robbie Gordon had come back out on track after being involved in an accident.
Right.
And it's a concern for NASCAR checking that equipment to make sure it stays with the car. And in this case, with Schrader's accident, the front flew up, but it stayed attached where it was supposed to.
Well, that's one benefit that Michael Waltrip and the 2 car have. They don't have a hood.
Yeah. Marty, how about some things down on pit road?
Kevin Harvick's in second. Todd Berrier, is he letting those cars go in the early run, or is the car just not good in the early run?
I don't know. He hasn't ran it hard at the beginning of a run to see. It's way too early in the race. There's a lot of time left to just be running it wide open here on these starts. You know, we got a real good car, and we got to get to the last 50 laps before we worry about running as hard as we need to run it. So up until that point, we're just kind of cruising, and he's doing a good job.
Look for some more wave bys by Kevin Harvick. He's good at the end of the run. Dave?
Marty with Donnie Wingo, crew chief for Jamie McMurray. Donnie, it looks like you guys have found the handle. Is it good enough to get out there and lead this thing and win it?
Yeah, the Havoline Dodge been pretty good all day. We've been fighting a little bit of loose condition all day, and we've been trying to catch up with it. Hopefully this last few adjustments we made, we can catch up with it a little bit and he can stay up there.
All right, and it sounds like the driver's hanging in there too. Bill?
Doug Richard is the new crew chief for Greg Biffle. His first race as crew chief. The car is good under green, but how is it on restarts, Doug?
Well, we're having just a little bit of a problem. I don't know, we might have a little bit of vapor lock going on. You know, it's an awful hot day. If you don't have everything protected really good, it can cause you trouble. But the Granger board and the team's awesome today. We're hopefully we can just come out of here with a nice strong finish and build on it for the future.
Strong run for the first-time crew chief with this team. Further down pit road we go. Matt?
Terry Labonte running 5th before that caution, and Jim Long, you do not want to see that caution. That car likes long runs, doesn't he?
Yeah, so far the Kellogg Chevrolet is really good on long runs. Us and Bill were running down the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place car, and we really wanted it to go green and even pit onto green. And but we'll take what we got right now, trying to set ourselves up for the end of the race here.
This team has gained so much momentum. They haven't finished outside of the top 20 since Sonoma in June, Dave.
And Matty, Kevin LePage is leading the race. They stayed out, did not pit, not enough laps on the tires to matter yet. Very happy with the car, so Kevin said, let's just stay out and lead a few laps here.
I think you're in for a surprise.
Dave, I think you misspoke.
Oh, did I misspeak?
You said not enough laps on the tires to make a difference. He's got a lap on him, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's only been 3, I was thinking. That's even too much.
That's too much. Even under the yellow, eats the tires up.
Well, he just guffing them, Benny.
Well, I understand, but
I'll defend Dave. He was relaying the team's position to us.
Oh, yes, okay.
How about
You don't
that?
have to defend me, Alan. That's all right. I can take it.
All right. Well, good. We need somebody to beat up here for a minute. Next weekend, it's on TNT, all the NASCAR action from Richmond. Friday at 3 Eastern Time, Bud Pole qualifying. Then at 8 p.m. on TNT, Advil presents NASCAR Busch Series Racing. Saturday night, the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. Coverage beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern with Discover Card, Countdown to Green, Richmond, and some good old short track racing next weekend.
Great racetrack, great side-by-side racing. A 2-groove racetrack, unlike the Darlington Raceway, where it's tough to run side-by-side. Bill?
Benny, we've been talking about Greg Biffle and the good run he's having today. Got his first win at Daytona in the Pepsi 400, the 4th of July weekend. Trying to get his second here in the Southern 500. Let's meet the crew that has him running up front today.
Randy Goss, crew chief, Heartland, Michigan.
Hi, my name's Justin Hines. I do the windshields, and I'm from Garden City, Michigan.
John Gaynor, front tire carrier, Vancouver, Washington.
Adam Emmert, front tire changer, Kamei, Idaho. Jeff Merkel, Jackman, Hop Hog, New York.
TJ Hamilton, I'm a rear tire carrier, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Mike Hillman Jr., rear tire changer, Lockport, New York.
Roger Olchey, gas man, Ridgefield, Washington.
Mike Abner, Ketchikan, Oran, Missouri.
And as Alan mentioned, Randy Goss with a new position overseeing the Busch operation at Roush Racing, and Doug Richard, the crew chief, on the pit box here at the Southern 500. So it was Randy that helped Greg get his win at Daytona, and now it's Doug trying to get him a win here at Darlington.
And you know what? Those guys will be thrilled to death to win the Mountain Dew Southern 500, and not one of those guys from South Carolina. Yeah. Trust me, they'll be thrilled to death to win this race.
How about this? This is a racetrack where experience normally pays off in handsome quantities. You got two guys in their first ever Southern 500s in the top 5, McMurray and Biffle.
Well, this restart's to be interesting.
Yes.
You got guys with tires.
And one without.
And one without.
And the 12 car up there trying to get one of his laps back.
Kevin LePage did not pit under the caution flag. He's the leader in the 4 car.
Green flag. Come on, come on, come on.
I think Harvick will be happy to let Ryan Newman open the door for him. Newman, 8 laps down, 26th place, trying to get one of them back. Of course, Kevin LePage just getting on board this 4 car this week. Drove 21 races for the team in 2001. They've been through a lot since they parted company with Mike Skinner earlier this season. LePage now the 7th different driver of that car this year.
Battle for 3rd spot as Biffle goes by McMurray and sits off in the chase of Harvick and LePage.
Bobby Gordon, 31 car back in 15th place. Now Harvick is clear of some of the lap traffic. He and Biffle closing in on LePage. And for the lead.
Hey, check out Biffle. He goes by LePage and trying to get Harvick in the same corner.
Oh, he's loose there.
Couldn't quite make it. Has to settle for 2nd spot.
And not for long.
He's got to be careful here not to abuse those tires. He's running that car very hard, and I think Harvick's just going to say, hey, have at it.
Race track for me now, nice and smooth.
McMurray by LePage for 3rd. Greg Biffle is back out in front of the Southern 500. Bill Elliott down on the inside there digging for a spot. Actually, he's messing with a couple lap cars, trying to stay up in front with the leaders.
On board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's 9 laps down. After he had an axle problem.
So, Dave, you think the 4 teams going to hope that they had made a pit stop there?
Well, you know, Alan, they were a top 15 car all day long, and they didn't have anything as stout as what the leaders have had. So, you know, why not get out and lead a couple laps in the Southern 500 and fade back to about where they were, top 10, and come in next time with everybody?
Okay, I'll go for that. What?
Well, if they don't go a lap down quick because they didn't put tires on, they may come around and bite them at the end of this run. We shall see. I think Harvick's running a smart race out here right now. He's running that car nice and smooth. He's not abusing the car. He's keeping Biffle in sight. He's not working the car. He's been saying all along the car's been comfortable. He's not pushing it. Smart race.
Front 3 there in your picture. Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick, Jamie McMurray. Bill Elliott has just taken 4th away from Kevin LePage, and will set off and try and catch these few. First Southern 500 for Greg Biffle. Had top fives in 2 of his 4 NASCAR Busch Series races here prior to this weekend.